Okay, so we've got a special one today. Look how clean this is. This is a late 99 F350 four-wheel drive crew cab long box. 7.3 under the hood. It's got very low kilometers on it. This is kilometers, not miles. 165,000. It's got the ZF6. Fantastic, very clean, nice straight truck. No rust. This is super hard to find something like this up here. Up in here in old Alberta. You know, it's got paints in like almost perfect condition. It's got a couple spots, like there's a little, and then it's got this little whiskey dent here too, but that's not really a big deal. It's actually my dad's truck. So we're gonna do a bunch of work to this thing. He bought it because he wants to tow his camper with it, and he's been wanting a nice clean low mile 7.3 for a long time, so finally found one. I put a 4-inch MBRP on it just as a supporting mod for some of the stuff we're going to do later. But yeah, she's a nice truck. We're pretty much just waiting mostly on parts for this thing. We're going to do injectors, turbo, because he wants a little more oomph out of it. Things like that. So I'll do a whole video on all that stuff. But yeah, so today's project we're doing the mirrors. I already did the one on the other side. Just because I wanted to see exactly how to do it on these ones. I haven't done them in a little while, and there's something weird with the connector, but anyways, more to the point of the story. Yeah, so the other one got smashed off. That's why we're replacing them. The other thing we're doing is we're going back with the telescoping ones, because these ones are the solid one-piece fixed ones, and you can't adjust the concave or the convex mirror at all. It's just, yeah, it's just terrible design. These ones over here are much better. They're actually made by TYC, brand new. You can adjust the convex, and there's still power, and they're the telescoping ones, so they come in a little more, and then they'll come out way wider. They come out about another inch longer when you get them fully extended than those ones do. So basically what you're looking for in here, there is 4 bolts you got to take out, and the connector. Now, this is going to depend on what truck you have exactly. The process is going to be mostly the same from 99 through to 07. The only thing you got to look for in the earlier trucks is what kind of connector you have. Usually the mirrors will come with this adapter. If they don't and you have this end, well, you're screwed. You can kind of try and weasel something together like this, but this is much nicer. So all you do, make sure that you shove this guy through the hole in the body first if you need this adapter, because this plug won't fit through the hole in the mirror. So I'll show you what you got to do. So it doesn't matter if the window's up or down. It's better that it's down, so if you're doing this on your own, you can actually reach everything. But you're going to start by just pulling this upper trim off here. I usually just kind of pry it out a little bit, both ways, like that. 2 little spring clips. And then you pop up your window switches, unplug them. I need both hands, so I'll put the camera down. You got one 7mm there, and then you got another one in behind this cover. Little flathead screwdriver, pop that guy out. There's another one in there. That's all you need to take out. Okay, so once you get both those screws out, just when you're pulling the door panel up, you got to remember there's a light in here. So all you got to do, I like to lock the door, and then all you do is you just pick up on the door panel, pull it out, and then don't pull it too hard, because you do have to twist that little light out of the hole there. So now at this point in the process, this is where you're going to run into one of 2 things. So, and it depends on what style of connector is on your particular truck. This one, if you have the more rectangular style, all you'll do is you'll pry that back a little bit, and it usually lives right there. But if you have the circular style, then unfortunately you got to take the speaker out. So I'll go ahead and do that now, because again, I'm going to need both hands for that. These are aftermarket speakers in here, so they're soldered weird and stuff, and they're solid. You can't just unplug them. So anyways, I'll get that all taken apart, and then we'll go from there. So with the speaker out, if you have the circular style connector, you'll take a look. That's this guy right here. This is the mirror connector. So you got to unplug this guy. Just a push tab and pull. I need both hands for it. It's a little stuck. But before I shut the video down, I guess I'll show you. This is where all the nuts live that hold the mirror on, because it's all studs on the mirror. So you pull that guy down, and then you take this rubber out as well. And then the other two, one of them lives right in here. So some guys just peel these right away. You just peel it down, there's one, and then peel it up. And there is the fourth and final one. Now those guys are 10 millimeters. Again, I need both hands for this, so I'll take it out and I'll get the new one put in. Yeah. It's alright, correction, if they're the factory nuts, these ones are actually 11 millimeters. That's a 10 as well. Grabbed the wrong socket. So once you got all the nuts off, just pull it out, pull it up, and then your connector will come right out of this hole here. Sometimes they're a little stubborn. Comes out of that rectangular hole. So, you might think, oh, be smart, I'll put the plug, the rectangular adapter for the newer style plug like this. Just plug it in and slap it in the hole. But you'll get there and then you'll realize, well, this adapter they give you is too big. It actually doesn't fit in the hole at all. Sure, you can kind of try and make it fit, but then it gets stuck right there. It's just too big. So I always just plug this guy in underneath, leave it under there, and then plug it all in together once you get the mirror up. So this part, again, I'm going to need two hands for, but it's just the reverse of taking it apart. You just kind of slap the thing in there, hold it up. It's going to have a real tight fit with the fresh seal, so it's going to be a little bit of a you-know-what to try and get the mirror in there, but it's not too bad. You can do it by yourself pretty easy. So yeah, putting it back together, you can figure that out. It's exactly the same as putting it, taking it apart. Nothing special to it. So at that point, we're just going to go ahead and call it until I get the mirror in. Okay, so now that you got it all put back together, it's usually about the time... Oh, shut up. It's usually about the time that you realize, oh, well, it's time to check the mirror, and then you go to do it, and then you realize you didn't plug it in. But you should see full range of movement the whole way with it. Pardon the dinging, just so I can give an example. Turn it back to the three. Set your mirror up. You see, so it moves, goes all the way, stops, comes back. Check that it comes the whole way, make 100% sure. Alright, we're good. Then I center it and check that it goes all the way up. And all the way down. This part takes the longest. But yeah, there you go. Once you checked all that, then you can shut up your annoying key dinger. Which I'm surprised actually works on this truck still. But yeah, anyway, so more to come on this thing. I don't know when parts and everything is going to show up, and it also depends on both of our schedules when I can actually get the injectors and everything going, but I think that'll be an interesting video. Yeah, so until next time, stay greasy. I guess a little bonus is in order here. A little quick. Don't ever let anybody tell you it's easy to drive a stick with a camera. Yeah, no, she runs good. So more on that later.